Hi guys, can't tell what I'm going to do next, right? I'm getting ready. Dawson's grandmother's coming. We're going to change the oil in the Subaru again. We're going to keep right after it, take care of that. Dawson's going to get awards for scholarships tonight. And Grandma, of course, is coming over to watch. And I said, well, bring your oil and filter, which we had purchased last week. And I'll go ahead and change the oil. So I got all the tools out. I'm not sure the size of the socket, so I got a socket set. Got my drain pan, I got my oil. She bought full synthetic 1030, and we got a Fram for oil filter, a pH 7317 for a 2013 Crosstrek 2.0. So it's got about 87 maybe 1,000 miles on it, and we try to change it every 3. I think she's gone over this time. We'll see. Well, she made it back. Now that the engine's nice and warm, we got up on the Rhino ramps. And I just like to listen. Look at this. The old sticker fell off. I don't know. 27055 if this was Walmart or not. But for 87,000, there's a clip missing there. I like to look things over when we're in here. So let's see what kind of mileage we got. A little dirty. We have 86,438. They're still logging it next door. It's kind of loud. So she's good and warm. I'm going to glance it over here. I smell antifreeze. You smell it? I can smell it. Smell-o-vision. And when I started the car, she shut it off when she got here. I thought the battery cranked over low, so that's something we're going to check on. I remember replacing this battery a few years ago, and this is a 13, so it's probably due for another one. And I guess that's it. Let's go ahead and I'll get my gloves on because we got to go down for an award night, and I don't want black fingernails. I got my pan, I got my sockets, and that's it. We'll get a start. Alright, so let's get under here. What's happening? We've got to find the bolt here. Right here. Here we go. It looks like it's around a, I don't know, is it a 17? That might be a little big. Let's see. It is a 17. What's the chances? So let's get this oil out. See how tight this is. I think Dawson or I might have done this last time. I don't recall. Maybe not. She had to take it in for an inspection, New York State inspection. So I think the garage did it last time. Get my pan handy. And this is where you want your glubbers. See how much you can wear here. Time for a new pan. I've had this for years, and it's starting to leak a couple different spots. Ah, that's hot. Woo! She's been driving this. Ah, that's hot, 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 hot with these gloves. Long bolt. Ugh. So we'll let this run out. I gotta pop my lid here so she don't bubble over. Wow. She really runny. Looks like she's gonna overflow. What's going on here, guys? What is going on? The bottom plugged? But that oil's hot. And we made a mess. I want to get a bigger pan with like a side shield on it for these instances, you know. We gotta get out the kitty litter. So we'll let this drain, and then we're gonna go up and check on that oil filter. Gotta find my rag. I made a mess. Well, let's go up and check on the filter anyway. I gotta wipe off my gloves. See, glad I put them on. So I found this to be the easiest. Grabbed the big old pliers. Give it a couple cranks. It's the easiest oil filter in the world. Much better than the old 150 you couldn't find. The Traverse was terrible. And because it's this direction, normally they drain down pretty good on their own. See that? Isn't that nice? Make sure your gasket's on. We're going to clean this surface off and put the new filter on. So we're going to use the pH 7317. This has an extra grip on it. I don't know if these filters are any good. We were trying to get a Supertech because they're rated pretty well, but they didn't have that number. So I'm going to take some of these traces, put the oil on the seal, thread her on there. And then once we're down to touch like this, I want to go about a half a turn. Get it snug. And then we're going to take the top and we're going to put our mileage on there, what oil we used, when it's due next, and any information, you know. Even the 17mm socket, so you know what to do next time. I'm going to head down and tighten the bolt up. So this is super convenient on the Subaru. The oil changes I never complain about. They are so simple. This has an O-ring on the cap. It's located right next to the oil filter. And we're going to throw our funnel in there. And the oil we're using, I said, was the full synthetic. It's 10W30, 10,000 mile, if you dare go that far. I'd like to go 3,000. And because the funnel's odd shaped, I probably have to pour this slow. I don't know if it'll fill right up quick or not. There's a big bumblebee by me. So what I want to look for during this service is like I did earlier. There's a little clip missing on part of that air breather. I don't know why. I look at the belt. I can see that right now. And it's a serpentine. Looks like a 6 rib. And there's no cracks in it or nothing. So it doesn't look dry. I had a hint of antifreeze. So I want to check, make sure the jug is full. And I'm going to look at the hoses and look at the water pump, make sure everything's dry. But you get up near 100,000 miles, it's a normal, you know, replaceable items. And I'm not spilling a drop of this. Like, this is the easiest. The only thing better they could do is bring the oil spout all the way up so you could pour the jug directly into it without a funnel. Another item to wash. I'm going to check the brake fluid, power steering, washer fluid. I think she uses a lot of washer fluid. And I'll just look it over in here. I don't see any oil leaks from underneath. She does still have that little bit of a rattle we thought was the I don't know what you call it, the subframe bushings, and they're dried out. We might be able to just spray them to quiet it up a little, but I think it needs replacing. And I looked at a couple videos on YouTube, and it doesn't look easy if you're in the north climate because the bolts rust up. And I don't know if I want to tackle that here and then find out that I got to go get an acetylene torch or, you know, some major problem where, you know, I wish I took it to the garage and just paid them to do it. I'm still not sure whether it needs a an alignment afterwards. Maybe not. But usually when you put parts back and they're new, they're in a different orientation. So there we go. This took 5 quarts last time, and we put in 5 quarts this time. And we'll put the cap on. That's pretty quick. When you say, Grandma, wasn't that pretty quick? Yeah. We're going to fire it up. We're going to look at the oil pressure on the dash. And then we're going to make sure the, you know, the light goes off right away. And then look underneath for any leaks. Look up there by the oil filter. So let's check out the dash. Where's our oil light? Right there on the bottom. See that? So what I like to do, I think you've heard it before in another video, is I don't like it to start right up and go wide open. So I either crank it or I clear flood it, you know, by holding the pedal down. Try not to have it start. This thing runs so good it started right up. Yeah, it went right out quick. And then we'll go out and check for any leaks. Quick change, oil change, right? We got no leaks at the oil filter. We got no drippage underneath. We do have a little mess I spilt. We're gonna have to clean that up with kitty litter. And then, like I said, we're just gonna look things over. This sounds pretty good for that age, doesn't it? 2013. No engine rattle. No bearing noise on the pulleys. Alright, I'll shut her down and we'll check it over. See what we got here. Then I got to get a shower. Get changed so we can go to the award ceremony here in a little bit. The school had a lockdown. I got an email saying the school was locked down. They had shots fired. And then it ended up, they said it was a false alarm. So I don't know why they said shots fired. 4 shots. So somebody was banging on something in the middle school. So here's a coolant. Here's a full mark. I don't know if you can see it. And it is on the full mark. So apparently there's not a leak, but I thought I smelled something sweet. And then the air filter. Did we put a new air filter in last time? Do you remember? We did, right? I remember taking that off. I don't know if I'm going to check it. I probably should, but I got to mess with a...
He put 2 filters in.
He did a cabin filter too? Okay. Well, they like to sell parts, but that's good. And if you remember my Nissan, we had a mouse in there, so good thing we did it. We put in the headlight LED upgrades, so they got fans. Washer fluid looks pretty full. Brake fluid is up to the top. Power steering is I don't remember on this. Is a Subaru got electric power steering? I wonder if they do. Maybe it is electric. I don't see a pump. But anyways, everything looks good under here. What I want to do is I want to write our mileage down. Probably could use to be cleaned up in here. We got some leaves and debris from the winter. Doesn't look like she did any tailgating. I don't see salt and dirt up here in the front. So that's good. The battery, got a little corrosion here. And thought I saw some at the positive end here. A little bit there. I might spray them for now. Probably. And then that's it for the service on the Subaru. Pretty quick. I could probably do it in 8 minutes if I wasn't too messy. And we're going to write the mileage down. We're going to mark the windshield up there with a marker. And I like to take a crayon or something and mark right here inside the hood too, in case she loses a sticker. Or right on the oil filter. In this case, it's right here where you can see it. So maybe the date and the miles would be good right there. So thanks for watching. Subaru 2.0 oil change. See you next time. Yeah, a little bonus, guys. I forgot we picked up a wiper because I saw her wiper blade is torn. See that? And here it's going to streak the window. So let's figure out these don't all come off the same way. Let's see what it does. I got a piece of foam here in case you slip and it comes down. You don't want it to touch your window pretty hard, you know. It'd come down and hit a piece of foam. So always do something like that if you can. This has a squeeze, I think. Does it? I don't know. Let's see here. There's a tab here. You pull or push? Well, let's see what we got. It appears that this slides out of the loop. And I think what I'm going to start with is we'll open the new one up. We got a Rain X Extra Expert Fit. Make sure the length's the same. Yeah. And the fitment on this, it bends over and pulls back. So it looks like we just slip it up there and it clicks. So this one is slightly different, I think. I brought a little screwdriver out if I need it here. Sometimes you press these tabs in a little bit. There we go. I heard a click. There we go. They sit out in the sun and they get dried out, you know. So on this one, it only fits that one curved way, this way. And we just bring it up, set her in there. I think it slides and clicks. Hear that? Like that, right? Did it click? And this comes in, click, click. I don't know if there's any more parts in here. No? No more parts, but it looks like it's the same kind of setup. They don't really give you a pin, it just is a flip over. So it looks like we're all in business, guys. So now, she's going to see her way home. As if you can see, we're getting rain droplets right now. It's been raining forever. Hey, thanks for watching. We're keeping Grandma's car going. See you later. Oh, I can't leave you hanging like that. Let's test it out. Nice and streak free. Now she can see safe to drive home. Thanks for watching.